Alright, so now for my critique of my lights. So I call it a critique and not a review. I'm going to grill them a little bit. So we'll start with the good. Like, they're built really well, I will say that. Quite sturdy. I can't remember exactly what the models are, but I'll chuck them up for you. And yeah, like I said, the build quality on them is really good. And the light they throw out is really good. So they're pretty simple in their design. There's a couple different modes. One of them is like, you can have 5 different light options in terms of how much they're pumping out. But then the other option is there's just 2, and it's minimum and maximum. So I usually just float between the min and the max depending. And so when I'm trying to conserve, I might just go to the minimum on the headlight for a while, whilst I'm still on the max on the bars. Just if I'm getting a little bit nervous that I won't make it home. Yeah, in general, I only go for a ride for about an hour, so I just leave them both on max. And with the headlight, it throws the same type of light that the light on the bars do. I've seen a lot of headlights where they do a shotgun light, so it's very, you know, so it just shoots a really small beam. But every time I watch footage of that, I hate it, because you just see this little shotgun light bouncing around and bouncing around through the main light on the bars. I just find that off-putting. But with mine, because they're both the same, it just gets brighter and you can't see the headlight versus the bars. And in terms of what I don't like about the lights, there's really only one thing. And do I bother explaining it? All right, let's see if I can show it. Okay, so when you go and actually charge the thing, you gotta lift this cap here. There's like a USB plug in there, and it is an absolute pain in the ass sometimes to get the plug in. So I don't know if they've improved that, but it's complete garbage. The second thing is this clip that it clips into here. This thing is pretty crap too, because it just relies on that one screw there to tighten up and lock everything in. So it locks, that screw locks the clamp onto the bars, and then the light, it tightens it down so it can't move. And it always comes like loose. Now in terms of my experience in actually buying these products, I did a lot of research. You know, Lezyne's like a reputable brand. You think they'd have their head screwed on, but apparently not. So the first thing I did was I bought the light to go on the bars. And when you get it, it comes stock with like a silicone strap. You can throw that in the bin straight away. It's complete trash. Oh, that's Gahnia done. Back up onto the Wakehurst Parkway. Yeah, so it comes with the silicone strap. Piss it off, it's no good. So I went online and I bought a handlebar mount for the light. And when I got it, there's a little plastic connector piece that you need to screw into the light to be able to click into the mount. And it didn't come with it. I was like, well, what the hell? How can it not come with it? And so I called up the company who I got it from. Like, I can't even remember now. I think I was that angry about it all that I've blacked out a lot of it. So I ended up calling a bunch of companies trying to explain that I need this little connector piece that didn't come with the mount, and it didn't come with the light. And no one knew what the hell I was talking about. Which makes sense, because how the hell can you buy both products and the piece not come with either of them? And I saw them online, but they were coming from like America and England. And it was going to be like $20 shipping for a $5 piece. And I said, this is outrageous. So I contacted Lezyne on Facebook just to vent my frustrations with them. And someone answered, I don't know, American, whatever. But he acknowledged, he's like, oh yeah, that's right, sorry about that. Yeah, they didn't come with them, but now we ship them with them. I was like, what the hell? Well, ship one to me, you son of a bitch. And he pretty much was just like, yeah, not my problem. And he basically just fobbed me off. He's like, oh, you're gonna have to go back to the, the place you bought it from. I was like, I've tried everyone. No one knows what the hell this piece is. They can't get it. And he's like, yeah, sorry, nothing we can do. You need to talk to the distributor. Like, what the hell? This is a $5 piece, which has rendered everything completely useless. I can't, and he told me, oh, why don't you use the silicone strap? But like, the silicone strap might work on a road bike, but I was riding around the Manly Dam mostly, and like, anytime you got into some rough stuff at all, the light would just bounce right down, which is a massive problem when you're bombing down a mountain bike track, when you just completely lose all your light. So I think I got it from Mountain Bikes Direct, and I think eventually they figured it out what piece it was, and it took about a month to get this thing in. And in the meantime, I eventually found something on eBay and I ordered it, and that took like a month to come in too. So I now have 4 of these things. I only ever needed 1. So I pretty much have 3 useless ones, because I'll never buy a Lezyne light ever again. Not after that experience. Oh my God. I guess this is closed. Am I being a little bit naughty right now? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's a good tip for you. Gahnia holds up really well in the wet compared to the Manly Dam. And so my recommendation, first of all, I wouldn't buy Lezyne. Not that they're bad lights, I'm just salty. So I'd buy something else. I think I saw another YouTuber, like the Stoked Sender. He did a review on some lights, and he seemed pretty impressed. I think he's getting kickbacks from it, but that's okay. The footage looked good, so I guess there's enough light. So go over to his channel and grab a set of lights. Here's something I kind of forgot to talk about, so if you hung around till here, you're getting another tip. And if I had to do this again, I'd seriously consider a combo where it's just the light on the front and a battery pack strapped to your bike. Initially, I didn't think I wanted that. I was like, that just sounds like a pain in the ass running a cable to the light. Like, I don't want to do that. Plus, I use the lights when I go camping, and so it's just like, I just want kind of something handheld. The problem with running it all on the bars, light combined, is that it's heavy, and so it's more inclined to bounce around. So, you know, Lezyne do a combo light with battery pack, which is probably better. And you can probably use the silicone strap with that, because the light is light. The light's light. It's lightweight, so it'd be less likely to bounce around. Whereas if you get the integrated light and battery like this thing, then you just need to get the mount. And another issue with having the light on here, so like the light and battery in one unit, is if you come off, it's far more likely to break because you have so much more weight just strapped to this little mount. And I know that from experience, because when I broke my shoulder, I snapped the mount. And I can tell you, it makes it a little bit harder to get off the mountain with no light on your bars, dragging your bike with one hand. So I'm guessing if it was just a little light on there, it'd be less likely to snap off. So if I was doing it again, I still don't know. Like, I don't know what the right thing is, because like I said, I do like using it going camping. It's just really handy, and having the battery pack would be a pain in the butt. So I think if you're going to get serious into it, then I would definitely get the combo light on bars and then the battery strapped to your bike, and just deal with that cable running up. Plus, if you're going to be doing super long rides, then you can always buy a second battery, whereas this, you know, you're kind of stuffed. All right, so in summary, riding at night, it's good fun. Get into it. You know, it's about a couple $100 for 2 lights, 2 quality lights. And what's a couple $100 bones? That's nothing. And it opens up a whole new world for you. Next, Lezyne, the company, are shit. Like, I'm sure their products are fine, but their customer service was an absolute disgrace. And I can't believe they would be so inept as to sell things you can't use. Like, I know they said they fixed that, but that didn't help me. And finally, if you're gonna do it right. Get the light on the bars and on the helmet. 1,500, 2,500 on the bars, and about 1,000 on the helmet. And then just decide whether you want to go a combo light or an integrated like I've got. That's it. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.